Small production theater can be really unsettling when you can see and hear your audience reactions.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's a safety net that you have in film and TV, in that you get to do it again if you mess up, that you obviously don't have on stage. Flip side of it is that on stage you get a meticulous rehearsal process, which you very rarely get on film and TV. Sometimes you do, but it's quite rare. Usually you're expected to turn up on the day and be ready to go. And there is a level of discipline that comes absolutely with that. That is tough, that is difficult. Anyone who looks at sort of soap opera actors and says, oh, well, you know, it's not real acting or whatever, it's incredibly difficult. Those guys have got to turn up and film, you know, any 10 to 15 pages of work every day with no preparation time, no rehearsal, and they've just got to expect to turn up on the day and nail it. That's hard work. In theatre, you get a lot more time. But with theatre, particularly the play that I just did, we were on stage for an hour and 10 minutes, right through. We never had a break to go off. It was a one-act play and we were all on stage the whole time. And so, from the moment you walk out there, if you make a mess of a line, you have to just let it go. You can't go away and refocus, you can't go away and get into character, you have to just power through all the way through. And the only way you can do that is if you have fully found your character throughout that rehearsal process, and you've invested and you've immersed yourself in that world and in that character. And that's where the discipline comes in, is that you have to sit around a room for a long, long time, picking apart every single bit of this person's life, why they do what they do, why they do it, and all their motivations and everything. And yeah, that's pretty intense, and that's hard work. And there's times when I've gone out there and the first line I've said has been terrible, and I've known straight away I've got to get through another hour and 9 minutes, and I've just made a complete hash of this whole thing. And that's tough going, but there is no reward more fulfilling than getting through a show where you've just, you know, from start to finish, you felt like you were in that moment. So I suppose now I should probably answer your question after all that, which was how do I prepare? Yeah. Okay, so I'd say
that's me. That's how people prepare.
So set the scene.
Just work it all out.
And I mean, simply, I tell you exactly what happened. Okay, so I got halfway through the run, and I suddenly became very aware that I was an actor on a stage saying lines, and I'd ceased to be Peter, the character I was playing. I was Matthew saying Peter's words, and I had this crisis and a big meltdown, which all actors usually go through. And someone said to me, you've just got to relax, because the point is it's very, very difficult to make yourself feel something, to feel angry or force yourself to feel upset. You have to let yourself be affected by what's going on in the piece of theatre. And so the best way to do that is to, quite simply, back to basics, relax, make sure you're completely relaxed, and just listen. Just listen to the other actors and allow what they're doing to affect you. And that's the only way you can really do. That's the only way you can give a truthful performance. I mean, it's such a cliche, but acting is, you know, reacting, and the only way you can do that is if you're paying attention and listening to the other people. It's a table tennis match, you know. You give them, and then you can only play their next shot as good as the one that comes back at you, etc. And it gets into a big rally. And that's the way I approached it. Anyway, I think that was your question.
Thank you.
You should be charging for this. Free acting advice, right over here.
What's your favorite prop from the set of Harry Potter?
Was there one that you liked working with that you just thought was cool?
Yeah, I mean, sort of Gryffindor is obviously.
Did a couple neat things with it.
Yeah, that was cool. I almost killed a child, actually. I mean, it's not fun. Yeah, basically the sword was made by our props team, and you know, it wasn't forged in some blacksmith in Victorian times. It was made by a props team, and it was bolted in with a screw, and the screw came loose. And so when I swung the sword, the blade came away from the hilt and just went straight up in the air, about 100 feet, and then just came back down again. And there was a load of children just like, in the middle of the scene, and there's lots of explosions going off. It's very loud, and I just shouted, "Heads up!" And no one heard a word, and it came down amongst about 10 children and landed in the ground and touched nobody. It was like the most amazing moment of my life. I realized I
10 points to Gryffindor.
killed a 10-year-old child. So that was lucky.
Next question over here.
What was your favorite movie to play in and why?
Harry Potter movie. Yes?
Favorite Harry Potter movie, specifically? Yeah.
Oh, you're over there. Okay, hello.
Dad, what was your favorite Harry Potter
Yeah.
movie to play in and why?
Okay, I think probably the last one, probably Deathly Hallows Part 2. Just quite simply, as an actor, you want to always feel that you are affecting the outcome of the story as much as possible, and you are getting to take a journey with your character. And although that I got to do that throughout the whole series, the final film was a real culmination of Neville's journey, and he was so integral in the story of the final movie. And I got to just run around and do cool stunts all the time, blow up bridges and all that kind of thing. So that was an experience that I'll never forget.
Over here.
Since this is Comic-Con, I was wondering, if you got to play a superhero, which one would it be?
She's asking a geek, and we know that you know your stuff, so you can't dodge this.
No,
But you've thought about it, right? Do you have a Marvel or a DC? I mean, do you lean one way or the other?
I mean, as a kid, I was always Batman. Whether anyone, I think Batman's been done to a point now where, we've had 3, Michael Keaton was...
An Englishman has played Batman, Christian Bale.
He's actually Welsh.
He's Welsh?
Yeah.
He's Welsh.
He is
People
Welsh.
don't usually catch me on that.
I know. But he's, Christian Bale was exceptional. Michael Keaton was brilliant. I actually really like Ben Affleck as Batman. And so I think Batman's been done by some very exceptional people. So should we think of a different one? Who do you think I should be? Anyone want to shout something out that I should be? Okay, a word or
I
something.
heard Superman. Did somebody say Poison Ivy? Is there anyone in here who doesn't want to see him in his underwear?
I'll just stay with Batman. It's fine. I could be a supervillain instead.
Oh!
I don't have one. I was just.
You get yourself into a danger.
Sorry, yeah.
People want to know.
Next question.
If you could do anything besides acting, what would you like to do?
I think I'd like to have. I'm a big rugby league fan back in the UK, and then by the silence there across the room, I have no clue what rugby league is.
That's that thing like football, but that's really violent.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's how
Yeah.
they just throw each other around.
And I'm a huge rugby league fan, and I'm not big enough, strong enough, brave enough to be a rugby league player. They are a breed of humans that are unlike anything I've ever seen, and I couldn't do it. But if I'd been able to have the opportunity to try anything else other than acting, that's what I would have given a go at, and very quickly given it up. That's what I would have tried.
Over here, we got another kid asking a question. Kid questions are the best questions.
What's your favorite spell?
The one that caused that feedback problem.
Spell. I like Expelliarmus, but only because what does it do? It disarms, right? Okay, yeah.
That's total Neville.
But it rolls off the tongue very well, doesn't it? Expelliarmus. I like that. That's it. What's yours?
Expecto Patronum.
Good choice. Do you have a Patronus? Do you have one?
Yes.
What is it?
He's killing time. He's trying to come up with
Boar.
A what, sorry?
A wild boar.
A wild boar.
Yes. What's your name?
Nick.
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
Over here. First off, thank you so much for taking the time to come out and see us. You never know what small things you might say that will affect someone in this crowd in a big way.
Wow, thank you. No pressure.
So my question to you is, you've obviously been acting since a very young age, up until now in your adulthood. We always see the good things, but what's something that's been quite difficult for you that's helped you grow as a person within that kind of time period?
Oh wow. I mean, I've been very fortunate in my career that I've worked consistently since I was 5 years old, which is a rarity in the industry, and I've not had a huge amount of setbacks. I did the first play I ever did. I did it. Hello. Yes. The first play, this play was so terrible that's why the mic cut out then. I mean, everyone in the play was brilliant. It was called Verdict, and everyone in the play was brilliant, except me. No, I don't deserve it. Don't awe me. I did a play. I had no idea what I was doing. I just finished Harry Potter at the time, and I jumped in at the deep end and did very little research and very little prep, and it was dreadful. I mean, really bad. I just didn't know what I was doing, and I had some terrible reviews. Someone described my voice as excruciating. In a national paper. But it's fine. I mean, because it's that kind of stuff that you learn from, and and in this industry, everyone says you have to have a thick skin, and it's as simple as that. You need to be able to just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and carry on. And there was a few moments where I was like, can I do this? Is this really what I want to do? But I had friends around me who said, no, come on, it's one review. You've got to use that now. Use it as constructive criticism and say, what can you do to make it better? So I spoke to the director, I spoke to the other actors, and I spent the next sort of few months learning from them and trying to hone my craft and figure out what it was that I was doing wrong. And so it was a 6-month tour, and the first 4 months were much of that, similar kind of responses. And then something clicked, I finally got it, and the last 2 months, I had the most amazing time. The reviews completely switched over, and I figured out what it was all about. And I've done 2 plays since then, and I've been able to crack on. And there was a moment where I was in Cardiff. When I was on tour, I was in Cardiff, and I wanted to give up. And my friend said to me that I had to finish this. I'd agreed to do 6 months, and I'm going to do 6 months. And the fact that I did that meant that I came out the other end, and I had learned, and I figured what it was about. And I look back now, I think, wow, my life would have been different if I had chosen to give up when I wanted to. And I'm just so glad I didn't, because it completely changed. It changed me as a person, and it forwarded my career in a way that I just never expected. And so if there's any kind of moral to take away from it, it's to, if you're scared of it, you should do it. And if it goes badly, so what? Just try and try again until you get it right. Yeah.
Getting an acting workshop, you're a motivational speaker. I mean, look, I already liked you, but you're knocking it out of the park today.
Don't listen to anything that I say.
Over here.